Hello students, welcome to Learning Management System by Department of Collegiate and Technical Education. In the previous two sessions, you have studied the first and second experiment of electronic servicing lab. The first experiment is based on different hardware components of a computer. The second experiment was to study the different parts of a motherboard. And now it is time to study the ROM, BIOS and CMOS setup utility. This is what the third experiment is all about, study of ROM, BIOS and CMOS setup utility. In the following few slides, we'll be studying the aim of the experiment, the apparatus required for the experiment, theory related to the experiment, and what is the procedure to be performed for the experiment, conclusion, and then we'll solve some multiple choice questions followed by a lab demo. So this experiment will help you to study ROM, BIOS and CMOS setup utility. What we need for this? It is just a desktop computer, or even if you have a laptop, that is sufficient. Before we begin with the experiment, let us try and understand some basic theory related to the experiment. First of all, let us try to understand what is BIOS. BIOS stands for Basic Input Output System. BIOS stands for Basic Input Output System. This BIOS is a small program. So what is the function of this small program? See, as soon as you turn on the computer, until the operating system is loaded and it takes over the charge of the computer, this BIOS program controls your computer. So ನಿಮ್ಮ ಆಪರೇಟಿಂಗ್ ಸಿಸ್ಟಮ್ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಕಂಪ್ಯೂಟರ್ನ ಕಂಟ್ರೋಲ್ ಮಾಡೋ ತನಕ ಕಂಟ್ರೋಲ್ ಮಾಡುವಂತ ಯಾವುದು ಪ್ರೋಗ್ರಾಮ್ ಇದು BIOS ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ. The three main functions of BIOS are post, configuration and bootstrap loader. We'll study all these three main functions. The first one is post. Post stands for power on self test. What is power on self test? As the name suggests, as soon as your system is powered on, it has to check itself whether all the hardware components are working properly. So, post is nothing but it's a BIOS program which tries and finds if there is any error related to the hardware, and this error will be reported. So which are the different hardware components it checks? It checks CPU, it checks system timer, it checks video display cards or memory or hard disk drives, keyboards, all these basic hardware system which is being connected to your computer will be checked. Now, if there is any error, it has to be reported. There are three different ways of reporting the error. First way is to give the beep codes. Second is error messages will be displayed. Or it can also give it in the third way, that is using post error codes. ಸೊ ನೀವು ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಿರೋಂಥ ಸಿಸ್ಟಮ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವುದೇ ಹಾರ್ಡ್ವೇರ್ ಕಾಂಪೊನೆಂಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಾದರೂ ಎರರ್ ಇದ್ರೆ ಬೀಪ್ ಕೋಡ್ಸ್ ಬಂದು ಅದನ್ನು ಕೂಡ ಡಿಸ್ಪ್ಲೇ ಮಾಡಬಹುದು, ಅಥವಾ ಎರರ್ ಮೆಸೇಜ್ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಡಿಸ್ಪ್ಲೇ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ ಕೀಬೋರ್ಡ್ ಸರಿ ವರ್ಕ್ ಆಗ್ತಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ, ಅಥವಾ ಪೋಸ್ಟ್ ಎರರ್ ಕೋಡ್ಸ್ ಕೂಡ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಈ ಮೂರು ರೀತಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವುದೇ ಎರರ್ ಇದ್ರೆ that will be displayed. Now, do you know which are the major manufacturers of a BIOS? The three major manufacturers of a BIOS are AMI, American Megatrends, Award Software or Phoenix Software. So these are the three major BIOS manufacturers. I think now it is clear what is BIOS and what is its first function, that is post. Post stands for power on self test. Next, we'll study the second one, that is configuration. Okay, configuration is nothing but loading all the settings related to the hardware. Now, after loading all the configuration settings, the last one is Bootstrap Loader, which loads the OS into the main memory, that is RAM. So we have understood the three main functions: post, configuration, and Bootstrap Loader. Now let us look into what is a CMOS. CMOS stands for complementary metal oxide semiconductor. Here, CMOS is a small chip which stores the settings whatever you have made by using a BIOS. So I have told you have to store the configuration settings. Now we have done the configuration, that has to be stored somewhere. ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಸ್ಟೋರ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಅದು CMOS ನಲ್ಲಿ ಸ್ಟೋರ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. We use a flash ROM, flash read only memory, to store the settings. Now we have already stored the settings in the CMOS. It has to be stored permanently. ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ಅದ್ರಲ್ಲಿ configuration settings ಇರೋದ್ರಿಂದ ಅದು continuously ಅದ್ರಲ್ಲಿ ಸ್ಟೋರ್ ಆಗಿರಬೇಕು. So it needs a continuous power supply. Can you keep your system continuously powered on? No, you will keep it only when you are working on it. But this CMOS requires continuous power supply. Then how will I provide that power supply? I use a battery. So you might have observed, if you have seen in the second experiment, there are small coin cell batteries numbered as CR2032. These batteries provide power to the CMOS so that it can keep the configuration settings intact. Sometimes there may be CMOS read errors, or there might be checksum errors, or there might be battery failures. Initially, when the battery fails, your CMOS first loses the time and date settings. When there is complete failure of the battery, then whatever configuration settings you have stored, everything will be lost. So what will you do when all the configuration settings have been lost? Your battery has failed. So you have to replace it with a new battery. So replace it with a new battery and then re-enter all the CMOS configuration settings. So you have understood why we need a battery. The next thing, the next important term is boot. Booting is a process of starting a computer, of making a computer get ready to perform various functions. After your computer is switched on, what happens? Your computer system does not have any software. It has to be loaded into the main memory. Okay? So, this OS has to be loaded into the main memory using BIOS or UEFI software. This is known as the process of booting. That is making your system get ready to perform various different functions. There are two different types of boot: cold boot and warm boot. Cold boot means when you turn on the power supply and when you start the power on button on your system, your computer starts. So here the process of post and bootstrap loader both will be performed. This is known as cold boot. The second type of boot is warm boot, where you restart your system. Here, post function is not at all performed by the BIOS. Okay, understood what is boot, what is the booting process, and the two different types of boot, cold and warm boot. Now we'll see the procedure, how this experiment is being performed. Initially, if your system is turned on, turn it off and wait for a few seconds. Then turn on the computer and immediately you have to press one of the following keys repeatedly. You can press escape, or you can press delete, or you can press F1, F2, F10, or in your monitor, if you have observed in the right corner, there will be a message displayed. Press F2 to enter the setup. That means you have to press F2 key continuously so that you can enter into the CMOS BIOS setup. So depending on the message displayed, you can press the exact key and then enter into the BIOS setup. The key depends on the different BIOS manufacturer. The three different BIOS manufacturers are AMI, Award, and Phoenix. So now, after entering the particular key, we'll move on to the CMOS setup utility. It looks like this. It has various options available. You can enter into any one of those, do the changes and save it. We'll see one by one what each tab is used for. In the lower portion, you can observe which are the keys to be used to select and which keys you can use to quit or to save. See, the down arrows, left arrow and right arrow can be used to select different item. If you want to save and exit, then press F10. If you want to exit this or quit this, then press escape. So this is the first configuration, that is standard CMOS configuration. It is used to configure date, time and different hard disk configuration settings. Next one is BIOS features setup. It is used to enable or disable the antivirus protection or internal and external cache, quick power on self-test, and you can also change the boot sequence and so on. On the right hand side, you can observe there is a term shadow. Shadow is you create a shadow of your BIOS or the copy of your BIOS. Chipset feature settings. Okay, this is used to make the settings for memory, system timing, and other ports, USB ports or AGP ports. Next is power management setup. See, you might have observed if you keep your system idle for a long time, then what happens? It will enter into the power saving mode or power suspended mode. So all these settings will be done here in power management setup. You can observe, you can set the timing limit for that as well. Next is PNP or PCI configuration. Okay, this is used to allow the OS to set up different hardware settings. It can allow, enable or disable different interrupt requests and so on. Next, we have integrated peripherals. It is used to enable and disable different built-in ports. Any settings related to the IDE, that is hard disk drive, will be performed in this tab. And the other options available are you can load the setup defaults, or you can load the BIOS defaults, or you can change the password. There are two types of password. One is power on password and the other one is there is a password for the access of BIOS. You can set any one of those passwords, that is supervisor password and user password. Now you might have seen sometimes you forget the password. Then what do? You click forget password, you get a hint question, answer it and then you can recover it. But this doesn't happen in case of BIOS password. The only option you are left with, you will remove the battery. If you remove the battery, what happens? You have to re-enter all the configuration settings and password can also be re-entered. Otherwise, there is a clear CMOS jumper which is available on the motherboard. Using that also you can clear the password and reset it. Once all these settings and configuration have been done, the next thing is you have to save and exit the setup. There are two options available. One is you can save whatever changes you have made and exit. Otherwise, you can exit the setup without saving as well. So now we have learned what are the different setups available in CMOS BIOS setup utility. We'll go through some of the multiple choice questions. The first question is, from what location is the first computer instruction available on boot up? The answer is option A, ROM BIOS. From where can the boot option be selected? We studied it in the previous slides. It is advanced BIOS features, wherein we can change the boot priority. So the answer is option A, advanced BIOS features. Which of the following is not a major BIOS manufacturer? We have listed the three: American Megatrends, Award Software, and Phoenix Software. So the only one which is not a manufacturer is option A, Intel. Which chip contains the system BIOS and can hold the data permanently even without electricity? Those are flash ROMs. Option A. Which chip can be reprogrammed to update its contents? It is flash ROM again, where the data can be reprogrammed and the contents can be updated. So the answer is option D, flash ROM. Where do modern PCs store the CMOS BIOS settings? As I said, we use flash ROM. So the answer is option B, flash ROM is used to store the CMOS BIOS settings. What is a method of clearing the CMOS password? I have told you two methods. One is to remove the battery. The other option is to use the jumper on the motherboard. So which is available here? Look at the option D. You have to remove a jumper on the motherboard. What is post? See all four options. The correct answer for this is option C, power on self-test. Post checks all of the following except, I have told you, I have listed some components which is being checked during post. It is memory, CPU, video card, and so on. The only thing which is not checked is modem. A system has two IDE hard drives that are each divided into primary and extended partition. There are two IDE hard drives, observe. Now, which drive letter is assigned to the primary partition of the second drive? The primary partition of the second drive will be assigned capital D. The answer for this is option B. We have completed the study of third experiment, that is study of ROM CMOS BIOS setup utility. Now we'll go to the lab and see how this experiment is being performed. Hello students. Today we shall learn the third experiment of electronic servicing lab, that is study of CMOS BIOS setup. So to begin with, let us turn on the system and continuously keep pressing the F2 button and here you can see that we have entered into the CMOS setup. The first screen which is visible here is the main screen, in which you can edit the system time and system date, or you can also see the other information, that is BIOS version, product name, and so on, other things related to your system. Now if you want to edit the system time, press enter and edit the data. Similarly for the system data as well. Then to move on to the next configuration, that is advanced setup, we have to click the right selection button. Here you can see various options available, that is virtualization, integrated NIC card, USB, okay, SATA operation. To perform any changes in any of these options, press enter. Okay, for example, see here SATA option, two different options are available. Select any one of those according to your convenience and then press enter again. Okay, those changes will be stored. We'll move on to the next tab, that is security tab. As you all know, for security we set passwords. Similarly here passwords can be set for system password can be set, admin password can be set. Okay, to set passwords, we'll select any one, press enter button. Okay, whatever password you want, you can type it over here and then press again enter. Confirm the new password whatever you have entered, again press enter, so your password will be set. Next we'll move on to the next tab, that is boot. Here you can see this is the important one, boot option priorities. Okay, this says that soon as you turn on your system, from where the system should take the OS. Okay, there are different options available. You can see here from the Windows boot manager, or it can be IP6 or IP4 or UEFI OS. Okay, you can set any one of those and press enter again. That will be selected as your boot priority. The last tab over here is exit. So whatever changes we have made till now, okay, that should be saved. So in that case, select the first link, save changes, and so again it will ask for save configuration and reset. You have to select yes and press enter. So whatever changes you have made, it will be saved and your system will boot. That completes the third experiment of Electronics and Servicing Lab, study of ROM CMOS BIOS setup utility. Thank you.